good at YouTube? Driller running up with another banger. All right, so today we're going to talk about the proper way on marking up your charts. There are many ways to mark up your charts, but this is how I started marking up my charts. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and we're going to keep on running it up. All right, so how I first started marking up my charts is I used lines. And you can get these lines from this sidebar right here. You can get lines, rectangles, highlighters, circles, paths, you can type, like this, you can do whatever. But basically, what I do is I basically going to get my ceiling, like I taught you guys, the highest point, and I'm going to get my floor, which is the lowest point, also known as resistance, support, high, low, different names, they all work the same. I try to keep it more simple as possible because simple is better. All right, so first thing we need to do is identify the trend on the higher time frame. We go to the higher time frame because we need to know where is the market going by the time we get to the lower time frame. As you can see, price has been in a downtrend, as in the bears have been in, as in prices have been selling right now. So that let me know that once I go down to the smaller time frame, I want to hop in for a sell. So how we break down the chart in the most simplest form is finding the higher zones and lower zones. Notice I got my higher zone and lower zones already marked up. So now we're going to scale down to the weekly time frame. All right, so as you see, prices are already selling. And notice how this zone right here came off the monthly time frame. Like, we can go way back. This zone touched multiple times. The market is like history. It repeats itself over and over. As you can see, this one line has got respected, rejected, broken through multiple times. All right, so now what I want to do is I want to find my high and low on the weekly time frame. So right now, this is my lowest point on the weekly time frame right here. And I like to add rectangles on mine. It's just something I like to do, As you can see, prices at my rectangle is at the lowest point. So you should already know what's going to come when prices are at the lowest point. We should buy because we buy when it's at the low and sell when it's at the high. Notice how this is at the highest point. We sold, we will be in profit. So now it's at the lowest point. We should see a small pullback to get in for a sale. So now that I have a lowest point on the weekly time frame, I need to find my highest point on the weekly time frame. And it's right here. So what I'm looking for now is a slight pullback for me to get in the sell. Because notice, we went to the monthly time frame. We identified that the trend was bearish, and the trend wanted to sell. So now price is at the lowest point, and it targeted these highs. So I can see some respecting or some rejection come right here. So what I mean by respecting or rejecting, as in price may wants to buy just a tad bit to get sellers in and then break this zone. But remember, once price break this zone, it has to come back up to get you. So once you see price go down real hard, don't worry about it. Because remember, what goes down has to come up. Price to come back up, get in for a sell, and we go into the next zone. Like I told you guys in the first training video, the market like the breaking resets. That's all the market does. So this is what I can see happen for this pair. This is USD CAD, US dollar to the Canada dollar. So now that I'm on the weekly time frame, I can scale down to the daily time frame. And notice, I really don't have to mark no zone for the daily time frame because I already got my weekly time frame, my monthly time frame zones, and they also can be notified as the daily time frame because price is already flowing right now. So I can continue to go down to smaller time frame, and as you can see, price is losing pressure. Price don't want to go down anymore. Why? Because it is at a lowest point. So now what I would do, find me a 4-hour zone. 4-hour zone, I will target these lows. I can see price may want to pull back to this area right here. And notice I'm only just marking up the higher highs and the higher lows. Notice this was the last lower low. And now price had hit a major support area. As you can see, once it got here one time, look what it did. Price shot up massively here. So I can see price do the same thing. It may not go way back up here, but I can see price come back up and target these lows right here. So what we do when we get right here, we will sell, get in for a sell, and price should break this zone. That's what I'm looking for. And like I said, marking up is really just easy once you just, you got to put in the hours, put in the work, and just play around. And the most important thing you have to do is wait. Be patient. Be patient. Let the market tell you what it wants to do. Because yes, I'm saying I want price to pull back, but price may not want to pull back. Price may just break on through. You know what I'm saying? But remember, if price break through, it's not going to leave you guys. It's going to come back up. It's going to break, recess, get in for a sale right here, and we're going to target in the next zone. The market like to go zone to zone, But yeah, this is the basics on how I mark up, the proper way of marking up. This is how I started. I kept it simple, clean chart, not too many things on the chart. I don't have no MAs right now, but I will teach you guys what MAs are. They are called moving averages. They are indicators. They indicate when prices want to buy or when prices want to sell. But yeah, this is the basis on how to mark up charts. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and we're going to get into some more videos.